Bars is back. Sam Ant. Oh God. What's up with you? Hip Hop Uncensored is the vibe, so subscribe. Hip Hop Uncensored is the vibe, so subscribe. Oh God, driving Sam Ant riding passenger side, and you heard it out the mouth of the greatest.
All right, man. If you're interested in promoting your business, brand, or talent on Hip Hop News Uncensored, send me an email right now, ogod@hiphopun.com. That's ogod@hiphopun.com. Very affordable rates. Let's get it. All right.
Right. You got millions of black men and women that are creating businesses, that are investing now, guys that earn your leisure, got the whole community talking about wealth and economics. This is massive. Like all this movement that's happening now is going to be so massive because whatever we choose to embrace, we take the lead in that. That's what's going to make us powerful, make us whole, not waiting on Uncle Sam to do right by us, because I don't think they're ever going to do right by us. But that's just my 2 cents.
Fact. Yeah, very well put. You were talking about Me Too a few moments ago, and I want to ask you about your thoughts on T.I. and Tiny, what they're going through right now. And do you think for some reason or is it a coincidence that it's always a sexual attack when it comes to a black man? Could you talk about what they're going through and the constant sexual attacks on black men?
Yeah. Okay. I think that's speaking specifically on T.I. and Tiny. And then connecting it with the broader issue of the black male is important. I think the two have to be a little bit separated because of the fact that the number of accusers just keeps growing. I mean, the number is real big. I think they're talking about 30 people or something like this. And that's a problem. That's a problem for them. I like T.I. a lot. He's my favorite rapper, actually. I met him in Ghana for the first time about 9 months ago. He and Tiny were very nice, very professional. But, you have to at some point at least try to make sure you're hearing everybody when there's an accusation. But I think the thing about that, though, is this. A couple like that, they've got such a big target on their back. They've got so many resources, so much money and everything else and clout people can get by making an accusation. I really kind of, with something like that, I like to know all the details. Yeah. I think that the accusers should be studied and investigated as much as the accused, because you don't know who the victim is yet. You think just because you're the accuser don't mean you're the victim. You might just be trying to accuse just so nobody called you on your bullshit. And so I would love to see, okay, how did we get to this point? Let me hear what you had to say about T.I. and Tiny 2 years ago. Were y'all best friends 2 years ago? Because if y'all best friends 2 years ago, you're not exactly acting like some sort of victim if you're bragging about the fact that this guy is your friend. But then suddenly he's a predator. And I'm like, okay, what happened here? Was this a thing where you would get money and the money stopped? So suddenly you want to go back and change the story, whatever. That's not cool, right? And I think that proof is important. Like, you got to have proof of these things. You got to have police reports. You got to have, not just witnesses, but also just evidence, right? If you're talking about something this heavy, like something that could ruin somebody's life, you have to have evidence. I know it's hard, but you got to have evidence. So in that regard, I think fairness is the most that we would owe T.I. and Tiny. As far as their private life, nobody knows. Nobody knows what was really going on. So I don't think that people should preemptively jump to attack or defend something where they don't know all the information. Now, in terms of the black man and it kind of being a sexual thing, one of the things about Me Too that really bothers me is how what they did, that there was a real rope-a-dope on the public, was they expanded the definition of rape to include all this other shit that ain't got nothing to do with rape. A man who tells you that you're beautiful or is looking at you when you come in with a skin tight dress, he's not a rapist. Or these things that happen maybe in the workplace or whatever, where a guy says something to you, or maybe he does something that clearly is a little bit over the line. Okay, call it for what it is. It's over the line, but stop acting like everybody has committed assault against you. Because what's happening is you're seeing the results of the feminist gender war that's been going on a long time. White men and white women have been fighting like this for a long time. And so the black man is seen as the ultimate predator, and so basically when they want to take down a powerful black man, all they have to do is put a microscope on his sexuality, because men and women have different kinds of sexuality. Men and women express themselves differently. And so because I know a lot of guys who are good people, but they slept around, or maybe they might hit on women or whatever, right? So men and women are different, and so I think that what's really going to ultimately happen is I think that a lot of these workplaces, they're just becoming more feminized. They actually found that the only people that make the same amount of money as the white male in corporate America is the gay black man, right? So black women, gay black men, etc., can rise right up the ladder. There's something about the heterosexual male that makes you a competitor, and then they might even label you as a predator if they want to change the story in a certain way, or decide, maybe you're not a predator if I like you, but you are a predator if I don't, that kind of thing, right? And I personally think that black men need to stay away from those environments. Like if I was a young black man, I wouldn't go into politics. Because you see, folks, they even do it to white guys. You see what's going on with Cuomo right now, right? Yeah. Like he's about to be out. Yeah. I mean, a year ago they loved this guy. Now, he's like Charles Manson or something. So if I was a young black man, I would stay out of politics. I would also try to stay out of corporate America, because I don't think those environments were built for you. Because what happens is you'll get in that space. So because here's what's happened. Like, so for example, if you are a powerful man and you're like a senior manager, and all the women are attracted to you because women are attracted to powerful men, and they're sending signals to let you know, hey, I'm interested. And then you act on some of that because that's what happens. People have sex. They're going to make you automatically by default the predator, no matter what she did or what she said to you. Like you're by default the predator because you have more power. That's it. But men seek power and women seek men who have power. So the fact that they are taking consensual sex and making it into almost like a type of rape is really, really a problem. I will stay away from that. Like any brother I see, any straight brother I see in corporate America that's doing really well, I really worry about him, because at the very least, if he's dating or whatever, he should not go in near any of the women on their job, or they will eventually, somebody will take him down, because there's nothing scarier than a woman who's bitter because maybe you didn't call her back or whatever the hell. Yeah. And then next thing you know, they telling stories, and then your whole reputation gets ruined, and you can't get that back. Like you can't prove that you didn't do something. That's almost impossible to do.
That's a fact. You said it. You said a couple things a few times. I wanted to kind of go into finance, but you said it. I gotta go on it. First and foremost, you said that people will look and bypass black men and go right to the woman. They don't even see us. And I thought to myself, unless they have a dress on. Then you said one of the most financially successful people are white men and homosexual men, black men, excuse me. And then we talked about Zaya Wade, and that's a tough discussion to talk about because that's a child. And want to be very sensitive to that topic. That is still a child, but it seems like that's the poster child, no pun intended, for the new movement that they're trying to put on us. I don't know.